Good evening, everybody. Welcome to your Tuesday evening Facebook Live. My name is Sarah Edwards. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I come to you guys live every Tuesday and Thursday at 7 to show you a fun new project. So hopefully everybody has had a great day. Mine was amazing. It didn't go as planned, but you know what? It's okay because it was still great. We decided yesterday that we needed to make an appointment for our puppies. Hank needed a shot, an allergy shot, and Skylar's got something going on with her little nose. So they called me this morning at like 8:15, 8:30. Can you be here at 11? I'm like, absolutely. So my husband and I jumped in the truck and took the puppies to the vet, and then we stopped at Costco, and we actually just spent pretty much the entire day together. So it was actually kind of nice and relaxing on a nice, cool, rainy day. I'm not sure if anybody's on my personal Facebook, but this morning I took the puppies for a walk and I was able to use my Stampin' Up! Umbrella, which we don't get to use here very often. And I'm wearing my little Stampin' Up! Vest that we don't get to wear very often here as well. So it was actually kind of nice. Good evening, Heather. Welcome. Hopefully you had a great day. So today's card, I put in the description that it's kind of a unique, happy, whatever you want it to be. And that's exactly what it is. You can do happy birthday, you can do happy Easter, you could do happy Mother's Day, you could do really anything. Possibilities are endless. And I'm super excited to show you guys what it is that I have created for you. I did see something similar to this online, so I didn't create it myself, so I can't take all the credit, but I don't remember who it was. But I did add stuff to it, so that I can take credit for. Just kidding. Okay, let's point you over. I actually didn't make sure all of my good stuff was out of the way, but I wanted to bring in the cards that we did on Saturday's card class because I thought they were so fun and cute. I do have some of them still available. So if you place an order, there's a link on this right before I go live. I do post a link. You can get all these cards for free. So I offer all of my card sets free with a purchase. So this is one of them, and you'll get two of them. So this is using the new leaf set that is out right now. And it says, thank you so much. And it's actually embossed. We haven't embossed in quite a while in card class. So this was another one. I had a lot of ladies do happy birthday here instead of lots of love, but you could really do whatever you wanted. Sentiments are so easy to change. And then we did two different designs in the little rhinoceroses. I don't know if it's really rhinoceroses, but that's what we're going to call them today. And I never stamp the inside of my cards, but I didn't want to take away from the bow and the designer series paper, so I put the sentiment on the inside. So there's those. Here are the last two. So you got one in each of these colors. It's a great day. And then, oh, on these ones, I didn't stamp the inside, but the other ones I did. So I did the same sentiment. Hope your birthday is wild. So those are the cards that we did in card class on Saturday. So I do have a few left over. So if anybody's interested, definitely let me know. Good evening, Anna. Yes, it is raining all day today. It was so magical. It was amazing. Okay, so let me bring in the product that we're going to be using. So I really focused on let me get the correct name, the Alphabet a la Mode set. I love how slim and simple these dies are. And they work if you want to write happy or birthday. You can fit it all on a card. They're not massive letters. So we're using that. And this is the designer series paper. I know I used it a couple weeks ago. I don't have very much of it left, but I did use what I have. So sometimes that's what you have to do is if you don't have every single color, use what you got. And then I decided to bring in a couple stamp sets. I only did these for the sentiments. Well, except this one. So I'm going to be using the Happy Easter, and I'm going to be using this little Easter bunny. There is a bundle for this guy. Here it is new. I haven't used this one. I actually have a couple in my studio, so if you are still looking for it, it is on back order for a while, but I do have a couple available if anybody wants those. But I'm going to use this little Easter bunny and the Happy Easter. And then the gnomes, I'm going to use the little girl And I didn't have just a happy birthday in this set, so I brought in Nuts About You just for the happy birthday. So if you have other sentiments that will work for the sentiments in these sets, you can definitely use those. Hello, Cassie. Yes, Cassie's in Peru. I'm so sad we did not have Lucas yesterday. It was very heartbreaking not having that little pumpkin, but I'm glad they're having fun. She sent me a picture of Lucas and his great grandma, which was so sweet. Okay, so those are all the sets that we're going to be using, and these are the cards we're going to be making. So this was my first card that I made, and I did Happy Birthday on this one, and I used the little gnome girl, and I pulled in some of the loose flowers, and I just put it on top just to give it a little bit of bling. So there's that one. Okay, this is one of the ones we're going to be making tonight. You can see how I just stamped the Easter down at the corner. Remember I said that I used the Happy Easter, but I actually only used the Easter because we spelled happy with, or it could be hoppy. So however you want to use it, I thought that was super cute. And then I made one more, and I should probably flip it over before I show you because I am seriously in love with this rhino set. It is so stinking cute. I was like, why couldn't I use one of these rhinos for a card as well? So I created another happy birthday card. So I do think, I don't know, so don't quote me on it, but this black and white ribbon has been around for a couple years, and I bet it's going to be retiring soon. So if you love this ribbon as much as I do, I would definitely stock up on that ribbon. It is so stinking cute. But we're not going to make the little rhino tonight, but we are going to make the little rabbit and the little gnome. So those are the two we're going to be making. So let's bring in all of the goodies that we're going to need. Thank you, Christina. Good evening, Stephanie. Okay, so this is Orchard Oasis. I cut it at 8.5 by 5.5, and I scored it at 4.25. So we're just going to fold this, give it a nice good crease, and then let's open it because everybody knows I always forget to put my white piece on the inside. This is 4 by 5.25, and I'm just going to layer it on the inside. Right, Christina? It is so stinking cute. And I meant to bring it over to you on the way to taking the dogs to the vet, and it was just so chaotic, I forgot. So I do have your set. I'll bring it over in the morning. Okay, so that is on the inside. And then we have a few layers to go on the outside. So these two I did with the basic black. I did it in white. So you can use the basic white or you can use the basic black. But this is 5 by 3 3/4, and that's just going to get layered in the center. Let's pull off my little sticky. We have a piece of the same Orchard Oasis Designer Series paper. This is 4 3/4 by 3.5. And then our last piece of basic white is 4 by 3. So they are definitely a little bit different measurements than what I usually do, but I really wanted to showcase the cardstock and the designer series paper with just leaving a little border for the other pieces. So that is pretty much all we have to do. So I'm going to stamp on this guy first, just because if I accidentally mess up, I can always flip him over. So I'm going to grab the Orchard Oasis, and I have my happy birthday. And I really tried to find the photopolymer stamp sets where I could see through it, because I'm just going to come in here and ink up the Easter. So I'm gently going to tap this, and then I don't have to do any masking. Not that masking is hard, but sometimes if you don't have to, why do it? There we go. That worked perfect. I'm going to wipe that off really quick. So now that is done, we can go ahead and assemble these 3 layers together. So just put some adhesive on the back. And I'm going to, you know what? I already messed up. There is no mess ups. I need to wrap my ribbon around first before we glue it down. I thought I did it around all of it, but I didn't. I just did it around the white. So easy fix. I'm going to put the ribbon right close to the Easter. There we go. I'm going to get ink on my, or glue on my fingers, but that's okay. Grab another mini glue dot. Perfect. Now we can glue this down. Just wipe my finger on my pants. Nobody will ever know. And I'm just going to come in and put a tad bit of glue on the edges of the ribbon. There we go. Good evening, Lisa. Welcome. Okay, so now we can glue this piece down. And then all we have to do is worry about the little rabbit and our letters. Bring our card base in. I'm telling you, these cards went together super quick. As you can see, we're almost already done with the first one. So there's that. Now, the only bad thing about this little Easter bunny is he doesn't have a die. The one Easter bunny does have the punch. So here's the punch, and this is the rabbit that it punches out. So you do have to fussy cut these two. They're not tragic. They actually went pretty fast. So I'm going to come in. I've already colored the little girl gnome, but I just wanted to color the Easter bunny because he is really cute. So I'm taking the light gray granite. So I'm going to color the inside with the light. And I'm going to come up here and color his face. And if you accidentally go over, it's okay because we're going to use the darker gray granite and you're never even going to notice it. But I'm going to try to get him where I'm not making any mistakes. But it is kind of difficult to talk and color and try not to make mistakes all at the same time. It's doable, but it's not easy. Okay, so there's the light, and I'm going to come in with the dark. I'm going to do the outside of his ears. And honestly, I don't think rabbits have Orchard Oasis color inside of ears. I think they're pink, but it is your rabbit. You can do with it whatever you want. So I am actually going to color his ears and his little feet in the Orchard Oasis. I know that was a long drawn out, but I'm trying to color and talk at the same time. Not easy. But he does go together super cute. Here, we're almost done coloring the little bunny. Almost done. Okay, so there's the bunny. I did want to do, we were painting bunnies recently. I want to take the light gray granite and come in and do the bottom of his feet. Those little bunnies turned out so cute. My sister actually came over yesterday and I showed it to her and she's like, "You painted that?" I'm like, "I did." I still don't think my husband really gets that I did paint that. He still thinks it was a paint by number, which it would totally would have been fine if it was, but I swear to you, it was not a paint by number. So I'm going to come in and put some Orchard Oasis in his ears. And you know what? I'm pretty sure I've never seen a bunny's ear this color, but he's going to be today because I'm using the same color cardstock. That's the one amazing thing about this company is everything matches. And I'm going to come in and just do the top of his little eyelids. He's going to have bluish purple eyes. There we go. So cute, right? Okay, so let's bring our card back in and I'm just going to lay him down. And I did put the adhesive sheets on the back of this, so I'm going to lay these next to it, making sure we spell happy correctly. And I'm only doing this, I actually did this on every single one of them, just to make sure that you're positioning it correctly and you're going to have enough room for all of your letters. And I think it's sticking to my finger that has a little bit of glue on it. Okay, so that looks really good. So I'm going to take the bunny and I'm going to flip him over and grab some dimensionals because I am going to go ahead and put him down. And he is going to be my little guide for where I want all of my letters to go. So there's lots. Peel the backing off. Whoever invented this should be a millionaire. It is the best stuff I've ever seen. The little adhesive sheets. There's the H. We have the little bunny already for our A. And I'm not being super picky on making sure everything is even. I'm trying to get close, but then put the other P and then our Y. And this one is done. There we go. Look how cute that is. Oh, we have our little bow. Where'd my mini glue dots go? There they go. And you could come up and put the little bow underneath the rabbit, but I just put them underneath his little feet. I didn't want to cover up the Easter. So there you go. Look how simple and cute and fun that card is. Okay, let's do the last one. I already colored the little girl, and wait till you see how hot she is. She is hot, hot, hot. I loved the parakeet party. I loved how it's the dark parakeet party than the light parakeet party. And I actually used the dark crumb cake for her hair. Oh, I think she is so stinking cute. I can't even control myself. So this one, I'm not going to go through all the measurements, but I am going to do the birthday instead of the Easter. So I want to make sure my stamp is cleaned off. I'm not 100% sure I did that from the last color. Thank you, Christina. I am going to bring in, and I'm just going to ink up, hopefully this is still in the camera. I'm just going to ink up the birthday. And I'm going to come down here, I'm going to stamp it really close to the bottom. There we go. Close that up. Let's put the ribbon on before we put glue on the back of it. And this one, because the gnome is a little bit longer, this one I do want to make sure that my ribbon is really close to that birthday. So I'm going to come up here and I'm going to line that up really close. And did you know that you can color this ribbon? I actually meant to do that on this one, but it's already glued down. But let me bring in a scrap piece of paper, which I have right here. And I'm going to, well, I didn't bring the parakeet party, but I do have the orchard. You can come in here and color the whites, and then it can be any color, black and parakeet party, black and pink, black and whatever. So that is the one nice thing about that ribbon as well. Okay, so now we can go ahead and layer these guys together. And I always put a dab of glue on the edge of the ribbon. But I think this basic black and the parakeet party just makes it pop. Some adhesive on the back. I'm gonna layer this on. There we go. Let's bring our card base in. And we have our white for the inside. So I'm gonna do that just so I don't forget. And I don't think I showed you, but the little gem, the little flower gem on her hat, I put a rhinestone in the center of it as well, just to give her a little bit more bling. But you can make these in all of our colors. Any color cardstock, any color designer series paper would be absolutely gorgeous. So let me bring in our little hat. So I put a little rhinestone in the center of it as well. So I'm going to set her in this kind of towards the left. I'm going to bring in the H, the P, P, and Y. Haha. There we go. Let's flip this over, grab some dimensionals. Hopefully, oh, I will show you. Hopefully I don't forget. So since she is a little bit thicker with having the gem and the rhinestone on here, if you take your cards and fold them backwards and slide them into your envelope, I know I've done this a few times, but that will protect anything that's on the front. So you can just flip it the opposite direction. So here's your card. You're going to write your sentiment, close it like this and slide it in your envelope, and that will protect all of your little gems and pieces on the front. Okay, so there's that. Let's peel the happy off. So is anybody going to try to make some of these? I seriously just want to sit and make these from now on. I think they are so fun and so cute. And these colors are amazing. Natalie and I went dress shopping a couple weeks ago, and literally every store we went into, it was the bright pinks, the bright yellows, the bright blues. Like that is seriously the in colors right now. It was so much fun. Everything just screamed my name. There we go. Put that right there. Perfect. And then I am going to bring in some gems because we need to glitz her up a little bit more. Why not, right? Because we can. And let's put some on the Happy Easter. Why not? It's your card. Put as much or as little as you want. Let's do one more. I like to try to do things in threes. Not quite sure why. So there we go. There are your guys' cards for tonight. Let me bring them all in. Let me get this out of the way so you can see the cards and not all of the shrapnel that is left behind. So here are the Easter and the happy birthday, and I did them in different colors. There's that one. And then we have an extra one of the little rhinoceros. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I definitely had a blast putting these cards together. I thought they were so cute, so fun, and definitely something a little bit different that will put a smile on somebody's face. So thank you so much for joining me. If you need any help with any of the product that I showed you guys tonight, definitely feel free to reach out. I do work a 10-hour shift tomorrow, so if I don't respond right away, I will definitely get back with you as quickly as I possibly can. If not, I will be up for a few more hours, and if not, I will see everybody on Thursday for another live. We will chat with you soon, and I hope you guys have a great evening. Chat with you later. Bye-bye.